Wow, I don't like to talk about this, but trigeminal neuralgia has greatly impacted my mental health. I'm a completely different person now. I've experienced the lowest of lows. I've been in dark places that I don't wish upon anybody. I don't wish upon my worst enemy. I have found tools to help my mental health. I journal, I meditate, I yoga. I have to really listen to my body and do what's best for me, and really just not be afraid to do what's best for me, not care about what other people think or feel. At the end of the day, I'm the one fighting this battle. I have to live with the pain. I have to live with the mental anguish.
Ron said, being in constant pain has definitely caused anxiety about when the next attack will occur, and depression. Living in constant pain is very hard mentally. Nikki said, my mental health has suffered a lot in the last year especially. Not only is the pain isolating and lonely, keeping it all to myself makes it worse. There are days I wish I could bash my face in, remove my eye, drive off the side of the road because it's just too much. How am I supposed to work, manage people, manage a household, be a good mom, be a good wife, get dinner ready, do laundry, get to the market, etc.? Sometimes I get extremely overwhelmed with the inner isolation and just want to have a completely different life. But that's not the answer. My life is beautiful and amazing. My husband was there on the day of my accident 18 years ago and has been by my side ever since. Yet I can't help but feel completely alone in the sheer magnitude of what is transpiring at any given time in my head and face. I get depressed and tend to fill that depression with work and things to keep me going. The past year I had to shut down my business due to COVID, lay off 25 people, and somehow manage to be a strong leader. While all of that stress was happening, my face pain was consistently worse and worse. It has forced me to slow down and realize I can't handle everything I want to handle and take care of myself. I am just now starting to try and figure out how to take care of myself, hence the acupuncture and searching #trigeminal neuralgia on Instagram. I thought maybe if I find others with it, I won't feel so alone or so over all the doctors. Eve said, after receiving the diagnosis, I felt like my life was over. I felt suicidal and isolated from everyone. I am young, and I felt like my life was ruined. Stressed, unhappy, and chronic pain. I went from worrier to warrior, and every day I pat myself on the back. Even during painful, sad days, I whisper to myself, "You got this. Keep going. It's okay if you have to take meds for the rest of your life to feel better. It's okay to rest or not be able to do the things you used to do. And it's okay to cry. Just get back up. And do so every time the excruciating pain knocks you down." Teresa said, I have PTSD, as I fear my triggers at all times. Even before my MVD, my self-esteem has been affected. I used to be a social butterfly, now I am quiet. Erin said, to be honest, I think I have PTSD from chronic pain. I have been in therapy since I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2010, and I could not have the mental stability without it. Overall, I think my mental health is in a good place, but that is because I work very hard on it. I cry when I need to cry, and I go through ongoing grieving periods, which is all healthy, but if I didn't work hard on my mental health, I would be in a really bad and dark place because of my facial pain.
When I first started experiencing facial pain, I really neglected my mental health in order to pour all of my energy into the physical aspects of this disease. But as time went on, I found myself falling apart. I dealt with constant anxiety about the next time the pain would occur, the next time I would have to go to the hospital or have an uncomfortable procedure. I was just in this continual state of grief over the loss of my health, my friendships, my schooling, and so much more. With my first surgery, I didn't prepare myself for the possibilities of complications or failure. So when those things happened, I mentally just broke. I lost all hope. I told myself I was just a burden to my loved ones. I thought that I would be better off dead. And it took a psychiatric hospital stay, it took years of medication and different therapy to convince myself that a life full of pain could actually be worth it. And I look at myself now, I have found such an amazing community because of this disease. I have found purpose and fulfillment through this disease. And even though it takes consistent work and practice to maintain happiness when you are in constant pain, at the very least, I am able to realize that strength and beauty has come from living with this.
Ken said, Trigem has made me aware that I am not invincible. Ashton said, it is frequently known that TN is nicknamed the suicide disease. Knowing that, ever since my diagnosis, I've been more mindful about doing self-care and where my mental health is at. Chronic illness in general has affected my mental health, but I could not do what I do without my support system. They're the ones that persuade me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Some ways that facial pain affected my mental health was that I was constantly in almost a fight or flight mode, extremely anxious, not knowing when an attack, a zap was going to hit my face, since a lot of mine did come out of the blue. It also really, my depression really took a hit with trigeminal neuralgia, just because a lot of the time it felt like life was over for me. There's nothing I can do. And when you're suffering, when you're in a pain attack, there's so much anxiety of, okay, when's the next hit gonna come? When's the next hit gonna come? And you just kind of feel like you're in this dark black tunnel and you're all alone. Even if you have someone there with you, it's incredibly scary.
Bianca said, it has affected my mental health tremendously. I struggled with suicidal thoughts, and I even attempted to commit it once before being diagnosed. However, thankfully, regardless of the struggle TN is, it has taught me to be more understanding and graceful with myself. TN is tough, but so am I, and I hope someday I'll have a better pain management structure. Catherine said, my doctor gave me Lexapro to help with my mood. Sydney said, it has been a hard thing on my mental health. I feel as though I lose out on opportunities. There's also anxiety that comes up with not knowing if today will be a good day or if I will experience pain. I feel as though my life has become unpredictable, and that pays a toll on my mental health. Mandy said, I have a lot of anxiety about where and when the next big attack will come. I have anxiety about what others think about my posting about TN awareness. Are they sick of hearing about it? I have anxiety about the amount of medication I take at times. I have anxiety about the impact my illness has on my marriage and friendships. TN comes with a lot of anxiety for me. It affects my mental health in many ways, but for me, the anxiety and fear is the biggest part. Elma said, dang, like a lot. Extremely depressed. Anxiety, PTSD on the daily, trying to figure out whatever activity or weather will trigger it. Marvis said, some days I've been very down in the past, but I have made plans working the garden, Zoom, art, and if I can't talk, I text.
So mental health with this condition has been a lot. It, comes in waves like the jolts do, and I will get with large flares where, for a couple weeks it'll just keep coming and just be constant and way stronger than usual. And then I'll have weeks where, it's just kind of general, or, there's less jolts. I know stress impacts this and a lot of things, which kind of brings the, anxiety about work and what I am doing and what, I should be doing that I can't. Putting that pressure on myself, combined with, the depression that comes from having a condition like this. It's very isolating, particularly even worse now, as everyone is stuck at home. And it's been difficult. The last big flare I had was kind of the darkest place my mind has gone, with how long this condition can be apart and how much worse it can get as you age. So what I ended up doing was going to a pain therapy clinic. I know this is kind of focused, but it was something that I could do through Kaiser that let me go through, psychology of pain and how to manage it. And they did a really good job of explaining, like, I understand your pain. I completely believe it is legitimate. What I want to focus on is your reaction to the pain, not that, the pain is being caused by some issue of, what you're thinking and where your mind is at that point.